So I was sent this gift from Zippy. It is a gift from Liam, aka Swordvor, who is the same person that introduced me to the Carrot Balisong. Uh, and he wanted me to do a review on. Oh, thanks. He wanted me to do a review on Zippy weight caps. And so, here we have the weight caps. I've actually had a little bit of experience before when I had experience with the. It was the. What was it? Oh, it was the modified stone rep. So, the stone rep was like really hollowed out, and so it actually became like super blade biased. I don't really have anything blade biased currently in my collection. I recently traded my Galvanus. That was like my most blade bias item that I think was like actually still nice to flip. Actually, I might have this. So I'm gonna try. The thing about the Zippy weight caps is that it actually has no weights installed at the beginning, but then you can put up to 3 in each. So I'm gonna try this because I think this is maybe slightly blade bias. Oh dear, hello. All right, so with just the caps inserted, with no weights currently, I think I put this on sideways. Whoops, I did put it on sideways. Okay. Oh, also shoutouts to Zippy having just released a new translucent color. That looks so good. All right, let's see how this chaplains. It still like feels like it's flying away from me, so I'm gonna just go extreme. See if I can install 3 ball weights in each. Just kind of try that and then like reduce it. Maybe go 2 and then go 1. So. Also, Zippy has unweighted caps, of which I have like many. To compare, sorry, I'm not talking. Zippy has many non-weighted caps, of which I have like plenty. They just look like this, whereas these are a little taller. I'm gonna try not to spill any of these tungsten weights, please. So these are a little taller, and they have like this sort of like shelf in here. Like you can kind of see this like thicker part on the bottom, and as you can see there's also a space for 3 holes, whereas the standard one, these clear ones that I currently have, I have many in many colors that someone gave me just a bunch when I first got my Kraken ever. It was like one of the best trades I ever done. Whoa there, hello. So let's see if it's any. I'm assuming you just stick them in here. Wait, what the fuck, did I just lose one? Oh god, did I already lose one? Holy shit. I should have a surplus. That is one thing to be aware of. I have a surplus. Oh no, I found it. It was just disguised. And so I think I just like, so right now they're just like sitting in here and they can roll around, but if I stick them onto the bottom, they should press in like so, maybe. I don't know if they depress further in. Let's try and just give this a shot. So that's cool, because I feel like in previous editions the weight caps were like maybe already had weight on the bottom. Okay, this feels, I can feel them rolling around, so I think I didn't do this right. Let me try again. Here, I'm gonna use the serif. Try and push these in. I don't know. Oh wait, yeah, yes, okay, yes. So now they're stable in here. They're not shaking. Okay, so now I gotta do that with the other one too, because it was they were rolling around in there. I don't know how to pop them out, but I assume you can just kind of use a toothpick from underneath. You kind of have to shove it in there. There we go. Okay, all stable. Let's try this again with the weight caps. Oh yeah, I definitely feel a difference. Actually, I'll weigh it afterwards, but okay, this is suddenly like a lot. Whoopsies, this is still like a little tricky to chaplain. That might not be because of the weight. Alright, let's see. It'll have on the website which I strongly recommend because Zippy probably has a more accurate scale than I do because he has very small parts. Right now, it's showing up as 0.25 ounces with both weights. Sorry, with both caps and all three weights. And there. I mean, yeah, that's like 0.2. That's actually a pretty significant amount of weight. I'll have to double check the website. I might just do that on video. Oh yeah, that's definitely adding more handle bias. So, if you're someone that prefers more handle bias and your Balisong does not have a weight system, like the Seraph that I'm currently rocking right now, what's a Balisong with no weight system? Let's see. Here's a... hello. Here's a Benchmade 67, I think? Benchmade 67 clone. And... this doesn't have a weight system. It is already handle bias, it seems. But, like, you know, if you want more handle bias, you just slap this on. And the Zippy actually has, like, a list of Balisongs that are compatible with his end caps. So, yeah, this went from handle bias to more handle bias. But, yeah, I personally find that I didn't have a reason to buy a set of weight caps, but since my friend was like, I want you to give a review of these, I was like, okay, sure. And the weight caps, unfortunately, I don't really have anything that's like terribly blade bias, but if you do have something that's blade bias, the weight caps are a great way of making something feel neutral. If you just like particularly like the design of something, like say you're a fan of the Hypex trainer for some reason. I'm trying to think of what other things. Again, the stone rep was something that was apparently quite handle biased originally, and then so much material got milled out that it became very blade biased. And so the weight caps actually made it feel very neutral. So that was a cool way. Personally, I find that it's just like most of the time you have either a neutral Balisong or a handle biased Balisong, and so like I prefer neutral. Balisongs that have weight systems like the Phobos and the Seraph, you can make them neutral with like as few weights as possible. It's really hard to go the opposite direction. Adding weight is easy. Taking away weight, that's a lot harder. And a lot of times weight systems have neutral be like the base position. I actually feel like the stitch, the bandage stitch, I told him, I'm like, actually, I personally would really feel like if you had no weights, be slightly blade bias, and that way you can add weights into the caps, into the the spacers, which are made by Zippy, to be neutral to handle bias, because it was like, I think it felt like really, really neutral to like maybe like just a hair handle bias question mark with like one or with no weights and one weight. One weight felt really good. No weights felt really good. Three weights was what I originally got mine with because someone had it installed that way, and I was like, ugh. But yeah, adding weight is really easy, and so the weight caps are really interesting, and it's really great because now you could just have a weight system on any Balisong you want. That said, I just don't really feel like I have a Balisong in my collection that I want to make more handle bias. That I haven't really felt like, oh man, I really want this neutral Balisong, something I prefer to be handle bias. But they are good, and the Zippy end caps are really helpful because they also, they protect the bottom of your Balisongs, especially if you have aluminum ones. I used end caps for a while on like my Vulp and my Trident, and do I still? Yeah, I think I still have weight. I still have standard Zippy caps on my Trident. I have them in light blue, but if I wanted to, I can mess around with trying different weight configurations on Balisongs that I feel like need more weight on the end. It is possibly interesting because definitely while some, again, I prefer my Balisongs neutral, but sometimes a little bit more ass weight can make it feel like there's more momentum to like move. Sometimes it just feels like there's not a lot of momentum. Sometimes it feels like there's too much ass weight. And so I think the weight caps are really cool. They're definitely useful for someone. and I would not have personally gone for them, but because Liam Swordwar was so generous to buy some for me, I was like, I can't really say no, you know? And yeah, no, I'm more than willing to talk about how good Zippy's products are, even though I'm not like in need of these. Yeah, you can just push it. I just use the end of my the brush. And if you can see, there are these tiny holes on the bottom. I'm gonna try and poke one out just for the sake of showing that it's doable. Let's see, and come on, come on. Just using a toothpick. Okay, it's a little tricky, but I think I can do this. Come on. There we go. Okay, I pop one out. So it's definitely doable. It's not as hard. I found that moving like the Zippy Cycloid HD, the spacers on the bottom have these 3 discs, and the discs are really hard to take out, especially the middle one, because I wanted it to be like centered, um, instead of having it offset on like left or right side. And so the discs were super hard to remove. Thankfully, this is like much easier to install. And yeah, it's like really easy to just push in. I wasn't sure how to do it to begin with, but now that I've experience, yeah, this thing's really great and helpful and easy. So if you like this review, like like the video, comment, let me know if there's anything you want me to review, and subscribe. I think I made a video covering just a bunch of Zippy inserts like I have for my glider Bermuda and several other Balisongs like my Cygnus. So check those out where I cover some Zippy reviews. I actually have a lot of reviews on Zippy's website just because I think he deserves to have reviews on his website. And I actually also commissioned Zippy to do the ultralight blade inserts. So if you see the red and blue blade inserts on his website for the ultralight, that's my ultralight that I was like, Zippy, please make some blade inserts so I can have a neutral ultralight but also have handle inserts. So yeah, I very much endorse Zippy's products, and while I don't necessarily think that this is one that I will actively use very often, I certainly still endorse and think that it's a good product and well designed. And yeah, he's great. Zippy's the goat. I think we all know that. And if you don't, go to zippybalisong.com. Get your Balisong modded for not too much money. All right, happy flipping.